I think the important thing to say is that resilience is often defined in response to difficulties. So there is no resilience if there is no difficulty or adversity or struggle that you're going through. And often when we talk about resilience, the more kind of simple definition is bouncing back or adapting in a healthy manner after or while you're facing difficulty. So for resilience to show up, if it does, the difficulty has to be something that challenges your way of view or your way of living and the way that you function. Otherwise, there'll be no need for adaptation. So often that difficulty has to be something that when you are faced with it, you're often kind of having to step back and think, whoa, how do I make sense of this? How does this fit in with my life and how things are already? Another thing to say about resilience is that it's fluid and not static. So sometimes you might have resilience in some parts of your life, but not in others. Or sometimes you might have resilience at some time points, but not in other time points, or in different situations. So resilience is fluid and is not static, and it can vary depending on what you're coming across or against and how you're making sense of that. It doesn't give you immunity from feeling difficulties. So when we talk about resilience, people who are resilient still feel grief and loss and hardship. But what we're really talking about when we say that word is how you respond to the hardship. And that is really where the crux of resilience comes in. That sometimes people say that resilience is a character trait, but what we're coming to know more and more is that it's a skill that you can learn and you can hone and you can build on. And it really does kind of touch on things like how you're making sense of it, how you're feeling, and your attention and your actions, what you do in the face of difficulties. Resilience can be on an individual level, but it can also be on a relational level and an environmental level. We know that resilience is even outside of us, and it also includes the people that we have around us, but also what's going on around us environmentally as well. And actually linked to that, when we talk about adaptation, through adaptation can come growth. So resilience is not simply just bouncing back, but sometimes through the process of adaptation, you might begin to have a new point of view about things, or it might enrich in some relationships that you have, or it might kind of lead to having a new sense of meaning or purpose in life. So one thing that's connected to resilience sometimes is growth, how we grow from our difficulties.